So this is Spaghetti House. There are about 7 of these in London. This one happens to be in Westfield. They apparently started in 1955, so they've had an awfully long time to work out how to make pasta. Is it any good? Well, as a wise food blogger once said, let's give it a go. I've ended up here today because I've done about 6 or 7 videos for the channel, which is a great start, and I realised I haven't done any kind of pasta. And that's such a kind of a staple food that you would think you'd be falling over pasta all the time. And I then realised, because I'm primarily looking at chains, you don't see many chain pasta places. And in fact, the only one that I knew of really was Bella Italia. And anecdotally, I'm not such a fan of that. I'll probably give it a go, but it's not anywhere that I'd kind of seek out because I just had some bad experiences there years and years and years ago. Anyway, might have changed. Need to be fair about it. Okay. Looking online for chains, Spaghetti House came up. When I looked, there was one at Westfield, and I thought, where is that one at Westfield? So it's one of those places that's upstairs. And as you come up the escalator, it's mid-afternoon Saturday now. Nando's has got 20 people queuing outside it. Next door to Pizza Express, 20 people queuing outside it, or 10, there's fewer. Byron, which is next door, 10 people queuing outside it. Spaghetti House is relatively empty. Now, I hadn't looked at the menu for Spaghetti House, right? But I wanted that classic Italian hole-in-the-wall kind of feeling. And what's interesting is that Italian restaurants, you can get good Italian food anywhere in the country. You can go into London, obviously there's fantastic restaurants down there, but even you can go to any provincial town and there will be one 20, 30-year-old hole-in-the-wall kind of place where they do genuinely nice food. And what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to go somewhere where it's kind of like it's a pizza place, always does pasta. But one, and now that I've looked at the menu in Spaghetti House, the whole of the right-hand side of the menu is pizza, and then there's pasta right underneath it. In fairness, there's more pasta. Obviously came here to kind of get a pasta entree. I'm not going to talk about pricing yet, but I've looked at the pricing, and my first thought was, they must, you know, when you go out and they have those defibrillators that are kind of attached to places, so that, you know, if there's an emergency, you can phone up and you know, solve that cardiac issue. I looked at the prices and thought to myself, I wonder where Westfield's defibrillators are. And I've been sitting here, I've got a Diet Coke, I've sat down outside because it's a bit busy inside, and I've been asked twice if I want to eat. So I'm feeling a little bit rushed. So going through the menu, to be fair, we've got 7 pizzas, and we've got 6 al forno pastas, and we've got 11 normal pasta dishes. I think, again, I'm not really into doing a whole vegetarian vegan thing, but the vegan pasta stuff seems quite unimaginative. Like, there's a lot you can do with pasta that's really satisfying to vegans and vegetarians, and I kind of haven't done that. And there's nothing that really jumps out at me. My standard thing when I go for pasta is I want like a creamy mushroom chicken. Want a bit of masala in there, not masala as in Indian spice, but masala as in the wine. That always things sets off really nicely, and that's what you can get at kind of like a nice independent hole-in-the-wall place, right? That kind of fresh, really simple dish, and that's what I'm after. So what I'm really looking for here, and I'll be completely honest with you, looking at the pricing, if I wasn't doing a review, I would just go somewhere else, because it's like, actually, this doesn't look like it's gonna land. But obviously, I'm here to give it a journalistically fair shout. Normal mix of starters. Nothing that's really put me off. I love calamari, but the calamari's £11.25. No. The pizzas are £18. The pasta entrees, £18.90, £20. For the non-al forno ones, the al forno ones, like they've got a salmon al forno in here, which is £25. Yeah, so I'm a bit stuck. The one which is closest to the thing that I like, I misread this before. I thought they did the mushroom and chicken one is tomato base. Like, everything's tomato base, which again makes me think that they're just really trying to reduce the complexity of the menu down and do everything tomato-y. I'm going to get the lasagna, because I think it's the only thing on here that I feel like I can give it a fair shout. I'm going to get the arancini as well to start, but I'm doing that for the review. Like, I wouldn't do that normally. That lasagna's £20. The arancini is £9. Yeah, I'll get that ordered, and because I've been asked another one time, there's 3 times in total whether I'm ready to order. I think I am now ready to pour some cash into the coffers of Spaghetti House PLC, so I'm gonna give it a go. Okay, this was £10, and it looks like it's been served as a Charlie Brigham ready meal. Like, what? Okay, all right. Let's give it a go. So, okay, so yeah, I mean the actual arancini themselves, textures non-existent, flavors non-existent. Let's try some of the sauce. Yeah, it's giving Lloyd Grossman. It's giving Sainsbury's. Okay. The best I can do with that is to say it's food. That's maybe the present. I don't think the presentation makes a difference. Look, the first bite is with the eye, as Crichton once said. Okay, let's see what the lasagna's like. So in the time it's taken for my lasagna to arrive, I've given myself talking to, tried to pick up my mood, tried to get myself in a more positive mindset, and I have a lasagna. Now, it's got some cheese pre-grated on it, and that's irritating. I told you I was trying to be in a better mood. Like, how difficult is it to grate the parmesan at the table? How difficult is it to come over and do, you have it not with a nice big comedy size pepper grinder and grind it on the meal, right? Or service detail, such a classic of Italian restaurant, and yeah, no, not here. This was 20 quid, by the way. Okay, so let's see what it's like. Okay, so I was trying to think about what's going on here. It's quite light, it's not heavy, it's basically warm enough. The pasta, I mean, obviously, if you're going to set yourself as a pasta restaurant, let's see how good you are at cooking pasta. Not that I can really test it, you know what I mean? It's like if this was a pasta dish. It's not particularly warm. Doesn't really have any flavour. Like, if you... My comments earlier about the arancini is like, if you go and get one of the, like a Sainsbury's or a Tesco's lasagna microwave ready meal, £3.50 or whatever they are, probably a bit more now, aren't they? £3.80. It's actually quite satisfying. You're at home. It works as a meal. It has that kind of... They do quite... This is so... It feels like a waste of calories. I feel like I want to eat. The thing is, because the service here is a bit... I haven't summed up the service yet. They're quite pushy. I don't really want to leave this and just get judged for not eating it all. Okay, well... So I come to the food court just downstairs of where I'm at, and I'm at a bit of a funny angle because I'm kind of trying to preserve privacy, and to be honest with you, in Resolve, blurring out people is a bit fiddly, and I'd rather not do it. Like, I'm already sort of aware. I might have to blur something on the left here. Anyway, the audacity, the sheer unadulterated audacity of... This is everything I hate about the restaurant industry in the UK, and one of the reasons why I set up this channel. Like, a core reason is that I would go to places and I would hand over my money and it would just come away like, what a waste. What an absolute waste of an opportunity. I've been really busy. It's annoyed me. I've been so busy at work this week. Only opportunity I got to go out to do a review. I was kind of looking forward to having a nice meal, and all I've got is some footage. Just go through the scores. Ambience. My ambience score is always kind of like, has the management gone to the fit-out company and given them a brief which is like the creativity and kind of the vision behind the brand? Are they spending the money on that to create a really genuinely interesting environment? And no, not particularly. It was clean, it was interesting, but it was basic. It was really basic. I think to get a score of 1, it would have to be like horrible. So I'm going to give that score a 2. The service, I think what's interesting about doing these reviews is getting an idea as to what is actually... Sometimes I can feel really uncomfortable with the service, and that was what was going on there. I actually felt kind of bullied. They seemed not interested. I felt a bit rushed. It took ages to deliver the food. I'm gonna leave it at 1 because it was just very poor. I forgot to mention, so when I was selling up the bill, and I did pay for that bill, and if it had just been me and I wasn't doing a review, I would not have paid for that. I simply would not have handed over the 40 quid I did for that meal. So I said to the couple next to me who were settling up about the same time, what did you think? And it was like, it was all right. And I kind of said, look, to me it just felt a bit like Sainsbury's Ready Meal. And they were like, yeah. And I don't know how true this information is, but she said her dad worked in Westfield and it's just been taken over. It's just new management there. And it's really gone downhill. It used to be much better. I think it's telling that it's the one of the 4 restaurants up there that there isn't a queue outside, right? Nando's is obviously crazy busy. The food is just a 1. It was crap. It was nothing, absolutely nothing. It was kind of like almost as if they'd gone, what can we sell? Oh, we can sell some Italian food. Oh, where can we go and buy that from? Oh, we'll get it from, whatever wholesalers we can get it from, all frozen. Heat it up, put it on a plate. If you're going to get a plate, send it out, or a dish. Price was extortionate. I mean, it was just unbelievable how expensive that place was. That lasagna was mush. I mean, it was mush, had no flavour, had no texture. That was 20 quid. The arancini were 10. The service and the drink pushed it up to about 38, 50 or something. So yeah, it was the worst kind of, again, with that scoring. What I'm looking for is kind of like, look, we've all got to make a living, we've all got to make some profit. Are we leaving a bit on the table because we kind of believe in what we're trying to do? Or that place just felt like I existed purely for the shareholders' pleasure. So yeah, I mean, it's easy this time, isn't it? It's not going to be hard to add up. 1.1, like lowest score pretty much possible. Yeah, it was like absolute travesty and exactly what is wrong with the restaurant industry. It's like however they have driven whatever vision or idea they had about setting up a restaurant has just been driven out, and it's horrible, absolutely worthless. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I need to go and get another dinner now, but I'll see you next time.